Welcome to your class SPE 593, Introduction to Severe and Profound Disabilities. This will be your Chapter 1 lecture. So overview of the chapter content, who are students with severe disabilities, key areas for optimism and concern, and then looking at access to quality education. So, who are students with severe disabilities? Well, unfortunately, no single authoritative definition exists. IDEA does not define it per se. Several categories include students who are considered to have severe disabilities, so autism, deafblindness, intellectual disabilities, multiple disabilities, traumatic brain injury, but of course that's not all inclusive. But fundamentally, definitions that focus on deficits really don't tell us much about the people and the students who have severe disabilities. Individuals with severe disabilities include a widely heterogeneous group in terms of characteristics, capabilities, and educational needs. It's definitely not one size fits all. And also their non-disability characteristics are as equally diverse and are reflective as the general population. Generally, it is estimated that less than 1% of the general population has severe disabilities. In talking about people with severe disabilities, we need to move from a deficit model and develop or embrace a newer conceptualization of a support model. So shift away from focusing on deficits and functioning and emphasize, the reciprocal interactions that happen between person and environment, and how those can support individuals with severe disabilities. So, and how do we achieve this? Well, never stop questioning the potential capabilities of individuals with severe disabilities. Don't count anyone out, and approach all students as capable of learning. But with that said, we do have societal perceptions and expectations of disability spread, for one, which is the tendency to make broad inferences, assumptions, and generalizations about a person based upon disability stereotypes. If you're interested in this concept, you can read Julie Smart's book on this, Disability Society and the Individual. Goes into further depth. There's also common detrimental stereotypes that too often portray individuals as sick, subhuman, a menace, an object of pity or charity, or as an innocent. If you want to read more about this, you want to read Wolfensberger's social role valorization theory work, which goes into further depth on the different roles and stereotypes that individuals without disabilities place individuals with disabilities into. Opportunities for interaction and reciprocal benefit. The ways in which students with severe disabilities are perceived and subsequently treated by others have a major impact on the quality of their lives, and also by corollary their families. So it affects the whole family system, the disability itself. First and foremost, students with severe disabilities are human beings, and so they're someone's child, sibling, classmate, friend. So there's a definite interaction of that person with their environment that should not be discounted. Reasons for optimism: inclusive education, of course, and school-wide reform. I think there's been, I think we've all seen, anybody who's been in special education long enough knows that there's been this transformation going on with inclusive education for the last couple decades, and that also includes access to the general education curriculum, positive behavior interventions and peer supports, and then also self-determination and transition to adult life, and more emphasis on that. What are the elements of inclusive education? That all students are welcome. Disability is a facet of human diversity. I've had a couple debates with people about that still, though. Appropriate supports are available, and there are natural proportions to those. which can also include same-age groupings, shared educational experiences that occur on an ongoing daily basis. Reasons for concern: there's a truly inconsistent access to inclusive education and what people call inclusive education, which goes directly into the next point of questionable quality of curriculum and instruction. It really varies. There's a lot of heterogeneity in there. And then with that said, too many families are frustrated by the lack of professional responsiveness by those in the special education field. So, other reasons for concern: continued use of aversive procedures. I have some research on the issue of restraint use, so that's the one that comes to mind immediately for me as a researcher. Other reasons for concern: challenging working conditions for special educators. Special education isn't for the faint-hearted, so there's a lot of challenges there. And then also limited post-school options when you talk about transition, but there is an increased emphasis on it now than there was 10 years ago, definitely. Conclusion: part of our work is a struggle to find balance between attending to the undoubtedly special needs of individuals with severe disabilities and their right to live regular, happy lives. A key aspect of this work is creativity, willing to think out the box and not be limited by traditional definitions of what a person with X disability can do, and persistence, to be persistent in trying to achieve those goals, wherever they may be for the individual. By combining the elements of this chapter, we do think there's progress, and we also think that by acknowledging the pitfalls and the promises that we can move forward and make a difference in people's lives. Okay, so this is the Chapter 1 lecture. If you're fairly well acquainted with the field of special education, I probably haven't told you anything you don't already know. But if you are relatively new to special education, you might want to dig a little bit deeper into some of these concepts. Okay, thank you.